Well, hey there, rock stars. Sarah Rockin' Robbins here, coming to you live with another prospecting tip of the day. Before we get started, let's go ahead and get acquainted. Go ahead and comment below. Tell me who you are and where you're tuning in from. And of course, if it is your first time watching, go ahead and click a number 1 in the comments below, because I would love to warmly welcome you and see who's here today. As you guys are go ahead and sharing and giving me a little bit about who you are, I'll share a little bit about me. Who am I? I am Sarah Robbins, former kindergarten teacher turned network marketing top leader. I am also the author of the best-selling book, Rock Your Network Marketing Business, and the creator of my CD series, The Rockstar Recruiting School, and my new one for leaders, the Masterclass Edition, all of which you can find online at sarahrobbins.com. I'm so glad to have you guys here for another prospecting tip of the day. Don't forget to share this with your team just by clicking the share button or tagging them below. You can share for a chance for a shout, but remember, the benefit for you is the more who know, the greater your team will grow. We keep these trainings totally generic, so it means all companies can listen in, and we do believe and we do hope, it is our heart, that it will help you to rock your network marketing business. All right, guys. On Friday, I have to admit, I kind of did a little bit of a Rockin' Robbins rant on some things not to do. So today I want to come back to you with my heart and my passion and give to you just a little bit of love and just share with you something that has been on my heart over the weekend, but really in this season of life. And really it is reminding yourself how far you've come and celebrating the journey. By the way, it is my 14-year anniversary today, so happy anniversary to my handsome husband, Phil. We did a little prayer call together this morning. We prayed for marriages. We prayed for people that are seeking a spouse, even for struggling marriages. So if you want to watch it, you can go on his Facebook. It's Phil, P-H-L, Robbins, and his last name is spelled the same, obviously, Robbins with 2 B's. And you can check that out, but I do believe it'll be a blessing for you guys. So, reminding yourself how far you've come. So many of you have followed my journey, and if you haven't, I'll just kind of bring you up to speed. Over the course of time, I've probably lost about 75 pounds. I'm about 5'2". I was over 200 pounds at one time. For me, my body was just extremely unhealthy, and it was a journey. This was over 10 years ago. If you Google Sarah Robbins weight loss, a lot of times people ask and they reach out and they say, how did you lose weight? It wasn't a program. It wasn't a pill. If you read my story, you'll learn all about it. In fact, I was brave enough. It was really hard for me. This was a big decision the day that I decided to post a before picture, okay? And it actually took me a really long time to find one, because that was a really sad, kind of depressive state in my life. And I didn't have many pictures of myself, but I found one. I bravely posted it. So you'll see my before and after picture. You'll learn how, and you'll learn more about the journey. But I actually love that picture for a reason, because it really takes me to that place, that reminder of really how far that I've come. But here's the thing, guys, my weight loss, it's a story, because it's a story always in the making. I'm never going to be done, eating well and drinking water and moving daily and making daily decisions. But it's also a journey, because you do have ups and downs in any story, right? There's always problems and solutions, and there's tough seasons and there's easy seasons. For, the majority of the time, for those 10 years, I've kept off the majority of the weight. But there definitely has been some ebb and flow. So for example, after I had my son, and sorry if I'm, freaking out any of the guys there, but I was, I guess, one of 8% of women who actually breastfeeding made gain weight. And my doctor was like, oh, congratulations, and I was like, well, I always wanted to be at the top % of something, but not that. And so I actually gained a tremendous amount of weight breastfeeding him, right? But it was a choice that I made for him. And I was like, well, I'm going to really sacrifice my body during the season. But let me just say, we're still the same person. Mentally, it is tough. And then afterward, I had some issues with my adrenals. So my adrenal glands were just exhausted, which, can be rightfully so, right? You have a new baby, you're not sleeping much. There's a lot of new stress that, comes with those changes. And, I went on adrenal supplements, not medication, but just some natural supplements through my doctor, got things back in check, was able to really, and I don't like talking about weight as much, as I was really able to get into a very healthy place. And then when I slowly weaned myself off of those supplements, which by the way, I'm feeling great and doing great today, some of that weight started to come back up. And I, really caught myself, and I was like, you know what? I'm not punishing myself in the process, because really it is a process. My health is a process. My journey is a process. And I just made a decision, and there's really nothing more to it but the fact that I literally said, I am going to love myself exactly where I'm at. I am going to love every single curve, and I'm going to embrace them. I'm going to dress for my body type. Here's the thing. I'm not going to hide under a sheet. I'm going to dress for my body type. I'm going to embrace my curves, and I am going to love myself. Here's the thing, guys. With the way that I eat, you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, Sarah Robbins 1, I post my clean eating. With the way that I eat, I exercise with the trainer 3 days a week, and on the other days I do something fun to move. And whether it's riding a bike, taking my son for a walk, swimming, whatever. And I drink 2 of these a day. So half my weight in body weight in water, right? You would think that I'd be like some fitness model at that point. No, my body's just different. But here's the thing. I am going to remind myself daily how far I've come, but I'm also going to embrace the journey. Now, here's the thing, you guys. It's a choice. I am not going to live in a place of condemnation. I'm not going to live in a place where the looming thoughts over my mind. I literally have settled into a place where I'm like, I love myself. I love myself. I am beautiful inside and out. I have a lot to offer the world. We have to get to that place where we love ourselves, right? But now here's the caveat. It doesn't mean that I can't make good decisions daily. I have to still make good decisions daily. So every single day I'm deciding, what am I putting in my mouth? How much water am I drinking my water every day? Am I getting in that movement or that exercise? So every single day it boils down to daily decisions, doing the right things. But here's the key. I refuse to punish myself with condemning thoughts in the process. I refuse to punish myself with condemning thoughts in the process. Now I'm going to talk to you about how this relates to your business, okay? Where are you at in your business? Where are you at in your journey? When I started my business, I was the least highest earner in the company if ever there was a title. I went on to be the top earner. I was the worst recruiter. It took me 3 months to recruit my first consultant. I went on to be a top recruiter. I recruited over 300 people, and we built a team of over 300,000. Did over $1 billion in sales last year. But a lot of times people look and they're like, well, how did all of that happen? Really, it was a process. It was daily decisions, the things that I had to do in order to become successful, long term. Can you guys hear me, by the way? Because it looks like my internet is freezing on this end. So hopefully you guys can hear me. So my question today is, where are you at on your journey? Where are you at in your business? Are you celebrating the wins, and are you finding joy in the journey? Are you deciding, you know what? I'm going to be happy. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to love where I'm at in the process. I think oftentimes we make the big mistake of celebrating only the outward things, like the results. I lost 5 pounds, or I recruited 5 consultants, or I got 3 new customers, or I made X amount of, dollars in my paycheck. We make those decisions, to only celebrate the outward things, the numbers or the results. But are we celebrating how far we've come? I've grown in my mindset. It's incredible. I'm stronger now in my business than I ever was before, because I'm starting to believe in myself. I'm starting to dream again. Or I'm stronger in my skill set. You know what? In the beginning of this year, I wouldn't have made that call, but I conquered my fear. I persevered, and I picked up the phone. Or, we look at somebody who has a team of 300,000 people. We're like, I'm not her. I'm not where she's at. But have you said, you know what? I got my first customer and it felt so good. And it's the first step of many. It's the first victory of many in the process. I love what one of my team members does, Stephanie Sarazin. She posts at the end of every month, for her team to celebrate every single win. And it's not just promotions and titles, and it's not just bigger paychecks. It's celebrating every single win. Who grew in mindset, who grew in skill set, who got their first customer. Whatever it is, we want you to celebrate every single win. But here's the thing we have to go back to, right? If we do want to grow, mindset is the biggest piece of it. But then we also have to do things that we know that it's going to take in the skill set piece, right? The daily things that it's going to take. Making the reach outs every day. How many will that be for you? Doing the follow-ups every day and making the invitations. How many will that be? Doing the things daily to grow your business, but celebrating the journey, reminding yourself how far you've come, and not punishing yourself with condemning thoughts in the process. You know, it starts in your mind. I tell this story in my book, where my mom's friend Rochelle called me one day, and I was in the parking lot for church, and she said, Sarah, do you want to know what your problem is? And I was like, yes, because I was going to the meetings, I was doing all the things that were taught on the trainings, yet I wasn't having the experience. I wasn't having those numbers show up in my business. And she said, the problem is you haven't made up your mind. You haven't made up your mind. You're doing one thing and you're saying another. You're, going to the meetings, the calls, etc. But then you're speaking defeat out of your mouth, and you're saying, nobody's joining me. Everybody's quitting. And she said, that's actually what happened. And guys, I believe in the power of our words. Our words create our world. When God said, let there be light, what was there? There was light. So I do believe, no matter your spiritual belief, that our words have creative power. There's a verse that says, it's not what goes into a man's mouth that defiles them. It's what comes out of their mouth that defiles them. I want you to think about that. So even think about that as it relates to weight loss. Yes, it's important what we eat, but it's just as important as what we're speaking. So are you saying every day, oh my gosh, nobody's joining my team. Oh my gosh, everybody's quitting. Do you have that Eeyore syndrome? Or have you made up your mind? Have you started to speak over your team life? Are you speaking over your family life? Are you speaking over your business life? I've got a business partner. Her name is Nikki. And for a few years, her first few years in the business, she struggled with the business. But the thing that I will say that I never saw her struggle with was her words. I mean, she was so faithful in the words that she was speaking over her team and over her dream. And, would always say, we are conquerors, guys. We can do this. I have more than enough. We are more than enough. And she would always speak life. Here's the thing. You can't speak defeat and expect life to grow in your business or in your dream, right? And so she would speak life over them, and it was amazing to see all of those seeds that she planted. I'll never forget one day I was watching kind of the month-end volume, and I saw her numbers just grow exponentially. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And literally they exponentially grew after that. Today she's one of the top leaders, not only on my team, but in the entire company. So the thing that I loved about Nikki was really her response to the journey, right? It was, I'm not going to punish myself in the process. I'm not going to quit, right? Because the surest way to fail is to absolutely quit. You can either give up and assume that it doesn't work for you, or it magically works for other people, or you can just, say, you know what? I'm happy with who I am, where I'm at. I'm going to celebrate the journey. I'm going to do the things that I know that I need to do. Because here's the thing. You're not going to have victory either just sitting on the couch thinking happy thoughts, right? I'm not going to lose my weight sitting on the couch thinking happy thoughts. I'm so skinny, I'm so skinny, I'm so skinny, and then expect that it's going to happen, right? I've got to do what it takes in the natural, but here's the thing. I've also got to align my belief with positive things, speaking positive things, and together, when you marry the mindset with the skill set, man, it's incredible, guys. You can literally rock not only your business, but your life too. Guys, I hope you can just see, I am so passionate about seeing people changed in their mindset, in their skill set through this business. It literally is a joy of mine because I've watched to see my journey. Can you imagine? I started as a formerly shy kindergarten teacher in network marketing. I had 19 cents in my bank account. My friends were young and broke just like me. I had absolutely no network. I had no business experience. It took me forever to get to really where I am. You think about my weight loss journey was 10 years. Really, my business journey was 10 years too. I love what Biz Stone says, co-founder of Twitter. Timing, perseverance, and 10 years of trying eventually make you look like an overnight success. Timing, perseverance, 10 years of trying make you look like an overnight success. See, the weight loss didn't happen overnight. The business success didn't happen overnight. It was a result of making up my mind and then making daily decisions that it takes to be successful, doing the things that I knew to do, but not beating myself, not condemning myself, not punishing myself with condemning thoughts if I made a mistake, or, the scale didn't reflect the results that I want, or my paycheck didn't reflect the results. Instead, I celebrated the journey and I said, you know what? I'm doing all the right things. So I know that it is going to come with time, but I'm going to embrace the season of where I'm at, and I'm going to celebrate all of the ways that I've grown, and I'm going to constantly remind myself of how far that I've come. That's the big piece of the puzzle, guys. I really want to help you guys with the skill set piece and the mindset. And so there's a couple things that I wanted to just share with you guys, and hopefully you know that they're coming up. So on August 8th, I am doing a webinar. It is going to be on social media to rock your network marketing business. As I mentioned, we recruited over 300 personally, led a team of 300,000, did $1 billion in sales last year, and that was starting from nothing. Remember, it took me 3 months to recruit my first person. Majority of those leads actually came through social media for me. That's my own personal story, and they came to me. Social media that sells without selling. So I have a passion now to help transform other people's lives, and I want to teach you how. So on August 8th, I'm doing a generic training for the industry. I believe it'll be one of the most talked about trainings in the industry. I want to invite you guys to register. If you have a link, you can post it. If you're already going, go ahead and shout out below. You can go to sarahrobbins.com and click on the store, guys. If you go to sarahrobbins.com and click on the store, you can actually find the webinar, Social Media That Sells, and register there. Now, if you want to know all of the other ways besides social media that I found people, I do have a recruiting webinar. It's a recruiting masterclass that actually give you downloads of language, scripts, ideas, etc. outside of social media. It's a few hours long, incredibly value-packed. And we sold out of that, by the way, so added a few more sessions on demand because people have been talking about how the training has been changing and transforming their business, their mindset, and their skill set. So I can help you with that piece too. So you can pick those up at sarahrobbins.com. Who's registered for the social media webinar on August 8th? It's going to be incredible. We're going to talk about Instagram and Instagram stories. I'm going to have a special guest who built 2 six-figure businesses online on Instagram specifically with no advertising dollars. I'm going to talk to you about how I did on Facebook. That's where I got the majority of my leads, through Facebook posts, Facebook stories. We will touch on live video, and I don't care how afraid you are. We're going to talk about how to do it afraid and how to make it easy, because perfectionism equals procrastination. We're going to talk about that. Virtual events, how to rock your business with virtual events, and so much more, guys. It's going to teach you how to build a team, how to replicate your team, how to create team culture, and so much more. And I'm so excited to serve the profession that has blessed me and my family so very much. So register now at sarahrobbins.com. And guys, I just wanted to do a post of encouragement to you guys today because I was thinking about myself and I was thinking about my journey and really how far I've come. And I have made that decision that no matter what things look like on the exterior, I'm going to make the decisions it takes every day to live a healthy life and lifestyle. But I'm also going to love myself in the process, and I am also going to celebrate how far I've come. All right, guys, what about you? Tell me what you took away from today. If you found it beneficial, go ahead and share this with your teams, because I promise you, if you're not struggling in this piece, I always say success is what's in between the ears. You know somebody on your team did. You know, oh, I love that, Yolanda. I want everybody to post this right now. I love me. Let's post it together. I love that. That's awesome. Success lies between the ears, right? You know there's somebody on your team that needs to hear this today. You know it, because I believe the most challenging part of this business, I mean, what we do is so simple. We keep it so simple. An 8-year-old can do it, right? That's how duplication happens. If it's too hard for you, then you need to look and reevaluate and say, why is it so hard? The process part is easy. The skill set part, that's easy. Where we trip up 9 times out of 10, it's what's in between the ears. It's rejection. Somebody told me no. It's being disappointed in our journey. I'm not getting there fast enough. It's comparison. She did it. Oh my gosh, now look at me. Comparison, competition, all of those things. Remind your team how far they've come. And instead of making all of your promos about the promotions they've made, why not ask them at the end of this month? It's the end of this month. Hey guys, shout out below all of the ways you've grown. If it's mindset, if it's skill set, and give them the ideas. If it's mindset or if it's skill set, I want to hear from you. If you got your first customer, let's celebrate that. Yeah, we want to celebrate every single win. You got a new consultant, a new distributor, let me know. If you made a promotion, we do want to know that too. But we believe part of our culture is celebrating every single wins. All right, guys, I know it's month end for many of you, so I hope you make some magic happen. Celebrate your wins. Tell me how you're growing below. I love you guys. God bless. And goodbye for now, because I will see you back tomorrow here on this page for another prospecting tip of the day. I'm off to celebrate. We're going to do a little date day with my husband for lunch for anniversary. And tonight for our anniversary dinner, we're bringing our son out to dinner with us. So, all right, you can follow our journey online, but I do hope you guys have a great day. God bless. Goodbye for now. Rock on, rock stars.